سبحانك كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. نحمدك اللهم آلاء الليل وأطراف النهار معترفين بسلطانك حامدين شاكرين لنعمائك. ندعو الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يديم علينا نعمه ظاهرة وباطنة، وأن يلهمنا العزم والعزيمة والصبر والثبات على أن نحمده على تلك النعمة. اللهم آمين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له يحيي ويميت وهو حي لا يموت وهو على كل شيء قدير، شهادة قامت بها السماوات والأرض. ندعو الله سبحانه وتعالى ألا يحرمنا إياها لحظة لقائه. اللهم آمين. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه، أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة ونصح الأمة وكشف الأمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. اللهم اجزه عنا خير ما تجزي به مرسلا ونبيا. اللهم شفعه فينا شفاعة لا نعذب بعدها أبدا. اللهم اسقنا من حوضه شربة لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. اللهم آمين. محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم طب القلوب ودواؤها وعافية الأبدان وشفاؤها ونور الأبصار وضياؤها. صلى عليك الله يا علم الهدى ما هبت النسائم وما ناحت عليك الحمائم. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, our sons and daughters, boys and girls, the future of Islam, insha'Allah. Today, the second Friday of the month of Ramadan, and I'm wondering, what is the meaning of fasting of the month of Ramadan for us Muslims? Or what we're trying to accomplish during that wonderful and a great month of Ramadan? What is the purpose in general of the fasting of the month of Ramadan? It has been stated clearly in one of the ayah of the Quran, كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. The purpose, the goal has been stated clearly in that verse of the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is stating that fasting the month of Ramadan has been prescribed upon you as it was prescribed upon nations before you, and this is for what you are. What is the purpose of that fasting? لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. We may reach that level of taqwa, meaning fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, observing what we're doing, what we're saying, what we're thinking, and being conscious of the teaching of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, instructing us to be at that level of taqwa, to be among those muttaqeen. Yet, many Muslims even do not know what the taqwa means. Or, another word, how to put this taqwa in action in our life. How to walk your talk. How you put your iman, your faith, in action in order to know what I'm doing. How we reach that taqwa? We break it down to many elements. It will be much easier for us to know what I'm doing during that fasting of the month of Ramadan. So this would enable me to practice fasting the way it should, as practicing the salah or performing the salah the way it should, or zakah, or hajj, or shahada. It's really unfortunate. I'm wondering, out of 1.6 billion Muslims, how really truly were believing and practicing Islam. I'm afraid it has been only rites and rituals in a very superficial way, without going in depth about what we're doing. I'm afraid. So yeah, especially when we're trying to relate the acts of worship, ibadat, to our daily life affairs, to our life in general. If we're not practicing Islam the way it should, we'll never be able to accomplish anything. Wallahi, nothing. 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 So yeah, fasting. For a lot of people, it is just abstaining from food and drink. Easily done, wallahi. Though it's a long day, summertime, hot, humid, you name it. But we have seen many people around us who have to go through a very severe dietary system in order to be in good shape, lose weight, you name it. Much severe than the fasting itself. That's why when we think of the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or the meaning of it, رُبَّ صَائِمٍ لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ صِيَامِهِ إِلَّا الْجُوعُ وَالْعَطْشُ. You may find someone who's fasting the month of Ramadan, and the only thing he gained out of this fasting is just being hungry and being thirsty. That's it. Nothing else he or she or they would gain out of this fasting. Have we ever thought, besides being hungry and thirsty and abstain from food and drink, how you have your mind fasting? Your thought? Your eyes fasting, your vision, your hearing and your ears fasting, and your tongue is fasting, and your heart is fasting, or it is just food and drink and be away from food and drink and that's it. I am afraid us Muslims, and that's why, forgive me wallahi if I say that, but this is the reality of us, we're too behind. In everything, subhanAllah, everything, across the board. We're talking about Muslim worlds, how things are going on. Go to the fasting, go to the salah, see how we're practicing. We're talking about Gaza and Palestine and our children there in numbers of never having before, being killed, being starving, you name it. Go back to the practicing of Islam first. And do it the right way, and Allah will enable us to do the other things. As the Sahaba of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did under his leadership, and were about to recognize and celebrate the Battle of Badr, where Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, only with 315 of the sincere Sahaba around him, had to go to this battle and be victorious against the kafirin, against the hypocrites, against the non-believers, where they were outnumbered by their enemies, less equipped by their enemies, but they were victorious. Remember that number, 315. And this is the number, wallahi, in the nubu'ah, in the prediction, in the glad tidings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, for Palestine to be liberated for only 315, like the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Forget about the 1.6 billion Muslims. Forget about the whole world, wallahi. Period. Why? They were practicing Islam the way it should. The way it should. Otherwise, why those so-called leaders did? And I'm not saying silent. As a matter of fact, they are cooperating in order to, subhanAllah, make the situation more devastating for our dear brothers and sisters in Palestine in general and in Gaza in particular. Subhanallah. Why? We're not practicing Islam the way it should, first and foremost. Let's take Siyam again. No food, no drink. But by the end of the day, what food I'm eating? Halal. Being sweating when I'm working so hard in my income in order to bring to the table to myself and my wife and the children. Halal, meaning I earn it from halal source. Not contaminated with any haram, with not permissible income at all, what I'm eating. I am fasting, yes, away from food and drink, but the end of the day, what the sources of the money I'm getting? We don't think about it. No. كل جسم نبت من حرام فالنار أولى به. Period. If I grow up with haram things I'm eating, hellfire is waiting, and it would be the place we deserve it. Now, how about my mind? How about my praying? When I think of everyone around me with the second thought, he is such and such, she is such and such, and never be fair, always judgmental, subhanallah rabbil alameen. Always with people around us, my perception is not that Islamic one. That's why you look at the relationship among us, subhanallah rabbil alameen, face to face, big smile. But behind each other, no, he's not, she's not, they are not, and so on and so forth. Mind your own business. Let that mind as a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never be indulgent in that dhann, second thought. Inna ba'da dhanni ithm. Some of the second thought about your brothers and sisters and members of the community is a major sin. Be away from it in order to have your mind fasting. Intensive training. We need to have it. What we're here with that gift Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. Should I lend my ears to bad things, negative things, haram things to hear about this and that and so on and so forth, and feed my mind with what I'm hearing in order to have those accumulative, bad, negative attitude things toward my dear brothers and sisters in Islam? Block them. Never let anything bad come to them. Our eyes and our visions, what we see. وعينك إن أبدت إليك معايبا فصنها وقل يا عين للناس أعين. If you're utilizing your vision, your eyes in order to see bad things about people around you, observe them, be aware of them. You have only two eyes and people have many eyes. If you look at them by your two eyes, there are not enough to cover everything around. But people are looking at you. Do not forget this. The nice way, the positive way, with positive attitude. No bad look to any of your brothers and sisters of Islam around you. No matter what. Don't tell me they are bad. Leave them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're not the one who will be the judge. You're not the one who will retaliate. You're not the one who seek revenge. Leave it to Allah. But when you look at your brothers and sisters around you, subhanallah rabbil alameen, differently the Islamic way, not in a negative way. How about the haram things around us, especially in summertime? They are almost naked, subhanallah, suntan and so on and so forth. How you keep your vision while you're fasting? You keep them fasting, not to see all of those things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never allow us to do. My eyes fasting as well. The eyes, subhanallah. إن لم تحرسها خانتك فغض بصرك واحذر النظر المحرم Observe what you're watching. In front of the TV, episodes of all kinds. In front of our computer and with the internet, you can watch whatever. How we keep away from all of these? Don't you remember, subhanallah, Rabbil Alameen, that wonderful hadith Qudsi about the vision and the eyes? سبعة يظلهم الله في ظله يوم لا ظل إلا ظله. 7 categories of people, they will be shaded in the day of judgment where there is no shade except his shade. Among them, عين باتت تحرس في سبيل الله. الله أكبر. You're there in order to watch what is going on with your own people. The boundaries, the enemies who are coming to invade, who are coming to retaliate, who's coming to attack, who's coming to kill. عين باتت تحرس في سبيل الله, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Guarding Muslim affairs. This is one of them. وعين باتت من خشية الله. How many times during the month of Ramadan in your fasting or in your dua, in your qiyamul layl, you cried in tears, being afraid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the function of your eyes. This is how it should be equipped. وَعَيْنٌ بَكَتْ مِنْ خَشْيَةِ اللَّهِ. This is the way it should. For our fasting during the month of Ramadan, I am in intensive training for all my faculties. For all of those gifts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. How you make your hands fasting and your fingers fasting. Have you ever thought about it? Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. That hand is using for what? Think about it. For the khayr, for righteousness, to give away for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with your hand in sadaqah and zakat. For the fingers, to point out to someone, ridiculing him or her, accusing him or her. Remember, when you point out to someone by your finger, 3 fingers are pointing out back to you. We're using all of them in the keyboards in order to go into porno, internet things. Subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never permit us to do those fingers, subhanallah Rabbil Alameen, in the keyboard. Let them fasting. Let them be fasting. How about our legs? When we walk to what? روضها على مشية المتواضعين. When you walk, humble yourself. يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. When we walk, easy. Humble yourself. Don't walk with that arrogant attitude, subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. This is not the way. This is not the manner of the Muslim, subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Sometimes, subhanallah, we walk as if I am the only one who has created for this universe. We have seen them, wallahi. They walk as Fir'aun walks. Wallahi, and worse. Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. Everyone down in their vision, in their sight. Everyone they put down, except themselves. Except themselves. احذر أن تمشي في أماكن المعاصي. Where you go, where you'll be at, where all the sins have been committed, or you're being away from all of these. أتكثر الخطى للمساجد. يعني how many times you try to, if I say walk, a lot of people say it's long distance, at least 10 miles. You wanted me to walk 10 miles from where I live to come to Masjid Al-Iman in here, and you're telling me, catch Salat al-Isha and al-Tarawih, maybe by Fajr time I will be able to reach you there. But wallahi, you are a little far away. In order to accomplish that hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, coming to the masjid, walking, each and every single millimeter would be accounted for you in your good deeds as a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Each and every single millimeter. Walking to Baytullah, to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That will become lazy. Find the nearest, the closest parking to my car in order to just to jump to the front door and be in the masjid. But we forget about what? Taking even as, subhanallah, Rabbil Alameen, as exercise, subhanallah. لسانك المصيبة والله. Our tongue. How we observe our tongue. How we watch what we're saying in our fasting. How when it comes to your mind an idea, you hear about it, or you see it, or you realize it by your mind, and you start talking about it, subhanallah. That's why no wonder Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam teaching the Sahaba, أَمْسِكْ عَلَيْكَ لِسَانَكَ. The Sahaba were wondering, أَوَنَحْنُ مُؤَاخَذُونَ بِمَا نَتَفَوَّهُ بِهِ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. In another hadith, بِمَا نَتَكَلَّمُ بِهِ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. صلى الله عليه وسلم said, وَهَلْ يَكُبُّ النَّاسُ عَلَى وُجُوهِهِمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ إِلَّا حَصَائِدُ أَلْسِنَتِهِمْ. Watch your tongue. Watch what you're saying. Watch what you're uttering. Hold your tongue. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling the Sahaba, and they replied to him, are we held accountable for what we have been saying, what we have been uttering? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied to them, what would drag people on their faces in the day of judgment? It is what they have said in this dunya, and in front of everyone in the hereafter, in Yawm al-Qiyamah. When people would see someone has been dragged in his or her face, it means he was indulging in ghiba wa namima in dunya, backbiting and slandering. أمسك عليك لسانك. That's the way. Mind your own business. من قال خيرا أو ليصمت. If there is a right thing to say, righteousness to say, do. Otherwise, zip it up. Keep quiet. This is the way, this is the manner of Islam, subhanallah wa ta'ala. لسانك لا تذكر به عورة امرئ فكلك عورات وللناس ألسن. If you're utilizing your tongue with the defaults and mistakes and wrongdoing that people do have tongues with the plural S. You have only one tongue. But around you, if you have 50 people around you, they have 50 tongues. They can talk about you as much as 50 times as you talk about them, subhanAllah. If you're not afraid of Allah, if you're not watching your tongue, if you're not observing your tongue, subhanAllah. My tongue, fasting, part of my fasting during the month of Ramadan. People are really wondering, subhanallah rabbil alamin. من عقلك وعيناك ولسانك وبطنك ورجلاك أين أنت منهم جميعا؟ You feel the sweetness of the fasting when you train yourself during this month of Ramadan. Train them not to be indulgent in anything not permissible by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I am fasting. When you come to break your fast and say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I have accomplished something in my life, and now I'm in that intensive training for the month of Ramadan, inshallah Rabbil Alameen, for the rest of the year. I have been trained to watch and observe everything in my life, from my mind, to my eye, to my ears, to my tongue, to anything in my life. The meaning, the real meaning, the deep meaning of the fasting. How about your heart? لا زلنا في رحال المصطفى البر لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت كل ابن آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين التوابون والتائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له ادعوا الله وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأصلي وأسلم على رسول الله صلاة وتسليما يليقان بالحبيب المصطفى النبي المجتبى صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وتابعيه وتابعيه إلى يوم الدين. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, our sons and daughters, boys and girls, the future of Islam, inshallah. Is your heart fasting as well? Ask yourself. Let's ask ourselves the same question. All of what we have mentioned, from the thought, from the mind, from the hearing, from the vision, from the eyes, from the tongue, all lead to what comes to your heart. The storage. ألا إن في الجسد مضغة إذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله وإذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. There is a lump in your body. If it has been righteously done, everything will be okay. If not, everything will be crippled. Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. That's your heart. What comes to your heart? Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. Allah, no wonder when we read in Quran and look at the sequence. And look at the order. إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا. الله أكبر. Your hearing, your vision, and your heart will be accountable, held accountable before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment. Each and everything you commit with all of these, it will be in your account of good deeds or bad deeds. Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. Why Sam'a comes first, and then followed by the vision, and then the heart, for anyone who studied biology or anatomy, with the creation of the fetus inside us as a human being, subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. Years and years and years back, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us about the order of the creation in your organ, in your body. First, hearing, Ya Allah. And many experiments have been done in order to find out what was developed first with that fetus, subhanallah. Followed by the vision, subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. Followed by the heart, the creation. And this is the order in the Quran. This is the order of the development of a fetus, subhanallah Rabbil Alameen, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is creating it. But كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا, will held accountable before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of these. This is one thing. The heart. What goes into this heart? In order for what comes out of this heart. Pure, clean, good. Never allow anything but good things to go to your heart. In order for anything to come out of your heart would be good as well. We have to ask ourselves. Every day, every night, all the time, how's my heart? I know when something happened medically to our heart, it's 911 is available. Any problem with our heart, without your medically covered or not covered, insurance or no insurance, it is available. Go check what is going on with your heart. Medically, physically. But spiritually, no. We don't pay enough attention to the heart. No. We do not know what is going on to this heart, subhanAllah. That storage there. I have to be extra careful with that one in order for my siyam to sound great to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let me be very honest with you, when it comes to the siyam, it is not only being hungry and thirsty, but all of those faculties I just mentioned with you to be fasting. Aren't they gifts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us? When I give you a gift, or when you give me a gift, what do you do with it? We abuse it? I ignore it? I put it aside, never look at it? And this is between us as a human being. I have a lot of appreciation. I'm thankful and grateful to you because of that gift you have given to me. I utilize it. I benefit from it. That all of those gifts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us without even asking Him to give us. When I was born, I did not make a list to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, here is what I need from you. Vision, hearing, heart, tongue, you name it. And please send it as soon as you can. Speedy delivery for me. We did not ask for anything. All of His ni'am, He has given to us as gift from Him. Those gifts, I utilize it the way it should, since they are gifts from Allah, or abuse them. A very simple question. Think about it. Islam does have a lot of lights in order to perfect our acts of worship. For those acts of worship to move us to the taqwa. And as long as taqwa there, wallahi, you could be superseding everything in the whole world, would be the leaders of the whole world, would be victorious by the heavens and grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But as long as we're not practicing the acts of worship the way it should, that's why we're so behind, that's why we're so defeated. Simple. This is our opportunity, the month of Ramadan. Let all of your faculties fasting in order to enjoy and in order to benefit. So remember, subhanAllah, Rabbil Alameen, when it comes to all of those gifts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I do not utilize them the way it should, easily for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to tell me, your hands are not utilized the way it should. How many times you raise them to the heavens in your dua, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for whatever. You never utilize them this way, okay? I'm going to take them away from you. I'm going to cripple them. Your vision is not there anymore. Your hearing, it is not there anymore. Your tongue and talking elegantly in communication is not there anymore. That mind which has been used for the second thought and then never be able to think the way it should, even in your workplace, even in your profession, even in whatever you're performing, it is gone. Think about it this way. Think about how Islam is so beautiful and is so good for the sake of us. In order to be خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ, the best nation, best people ever come to the human being. Otherwise, let your siyam just being hungry and thirsty, and you do not even think about those faculties, those gifts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has bestowed upon us. Try, for the sake of Allah, for the sake of you today, to have some of them. If not all of them, be fasting today, and by the end of the day, see how effective your siyam is, how enjoyable your siyam is, how you love it, and you love to be indulged in it. That's why by the end of the day, when you're about to break your fasting, or some dates, or some water, or you drink anything, and the first thing you do after breaking your fast, you raise your hands up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for some dua. Is this dua accepted? By the end of the day. That's why our dua most of the time is not accepted. Is not accepted. It is not coming this way to Allah. Think about it. You say it by your tongue, and you raise your hands, and you think about this dua, come to Allah, that supplication, and you see things around you, and your heart is so pure when you make that dua for whomever. For people in Gaza, for people in Palestine, for people in the Islamic world, for anywhere, for yourself, for your spouse, for your children, to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because all of your faculties have been fasting. You submit this request to Allah in order for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to answer. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. ما من يوم جمعة إلا وفيه ساعة إجابة ندعو الله سبحانه وتعالى خاشعين ضارعين أن تكون هذه الساعة. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين وأعل بفضلك راية الحق والدين وانصرنا على عدوك وعدونا يا رب العالمين. وانصرنا على عدوك وعدونا يا رب العالمين. وانصرنا على عدوك وعدونا يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر من نصر أمة محمد واجعلنا منهم واخذل من خذل أمة محمد ولا تجعلنا منهم. اللهم آمنا في روعاتنا اللهم كن لنا ولا تكن علينا. اللهم لا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يخافك ولا يرحمنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ول أمورنا خيارنا ولا تول أمورنا شرارنا ولا تول أمورنا شرارنا ولا تول أمورنا شرارنا يا رب العالمين يا رب. اللهم تقبل صلاتنا اللهم تقبل ركوعنا اللهم تقبل سجودنا اللهم تقبل قيامنا اللهم تقبل دعاءنا اللهم تقبل صيامنا اللهم اقبلنا عندك من المؤمنين واقبلنا عندك من الموحدين واقبلنا عندك من الصابرين واقبلنا عندك من المجاهدين واقبلنا عندك من المتقين يا رب العالمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وفك أسرانا وأسرى المسلمين وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم اجعل من أمامنا نورا ومن خلفنا نورا ومن فوقنا نورا ومن تحتنا نورا وفي عقولنا نورا وفي رؤوسنا نورا وفي أفواهنا نورا وعلى ألسنتنا نورا وفي آذاننا نورا وفي أسماعنا نورا وفي قلوبنا نورا وفي قبورنا نورا يا نور السماوات والأرض يا نور السماوات والأرض. عليك بأعدائك أعداء الله عليك بأعدائك أعداء الله فأنت القادر عليهم وأنت القاهر لهم بفضل شهر رمضان يا رب العالمين يا رب العالمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم برحمتك عمنا واكفنا شر ما أهمنا وعلى الإيمان الكامل والكتاب والسنة توفنا وأنت راض عنا. اغفر اللهم لنا ولآبائنا ولأمهاتنا ولإخواننا في الله تعالى أحياء وأمواتا ولكل المسلمين أجمعين. إلهي هذا حالنا لا يخفى عليك وهذا ضعفنا ظاهر بين يديك فعاملنا بالإحسان إذ الفضل منك وإليك واختم لنا بخاتمة السعادة أجمعين. عباد الله إن الله يأمركم بثلاث وينهاكم عن ثلاث. إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمني ويرحمكم الله وأستودعكم الله. الله أكبر.